Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. If you haven't been here before, my name is Albert Smart and I have been tattooing for 24 years and making a living off my art for about 20 years now. And I wanted to talk to you today just about self-motivation as a young artist. I know a lot of younger tattooers and painters out there that would really like to make a living off their art. And it all starts with you. It all starts with your intention for your future. It's very easy for us to talk ourselves out of doing things. We have the tendency to get on to the social media and watch other people do all these crazy things and then look at all these videos and think to ourselves, I can never do something like that, or man, that's gonna take a whole lot of work. And you know what? It does take some work, but it's also part of your journey to get where you want to be as an artist. And there is no finish line. You're never gonna get to this point where you're like, yes, I've made it. I am a professional artist. I've been doing this for more than half of my life. I'm 41 years old. Been doing this for 24 years, and I still have weeks of complete imposter syndrome and think that I might not be good enough to be doing what I'm doing, or I should be better. And it's just scenarios we tell ourselves in our heads, and they're not real. It is a cognitive distortion. You are lying to yourself based off of information that you're either taking off of social media, or maybe you grew up with parents or family members that have a little bit of negativity in the way they speak, or they tend to put themselves and maybe you down when you talk about things that are serious to you. And I want you to know that it's very important as a young artist to recognize that there are hundreds of thousands of artists out there, and they're all unique in their own way, and they're all levels of art. There are beginners, there's people that have been doing it for 24 plus years, there's people that have been doing it for 5 years, and when you look at their work, you're like, dang, they look like they've been doing it for like 40 years. Everybody learns at different rates, but it all starts with you waking up in the morning and having an intention to get better at your craft. The second you decide that getting better every day is a priority, you are going to inch closer and closer to becoming that future artist you hold in your mind. As an example, when I was younger, I really wanted to become a tattoo artist. I was already drawing, I was already painting a ton, and as we know, it's very difficult to make a living off of drawing and painting, even though it's very, very possible, especially today with all the things at our fingertips, such as social media and, there's YouTube and Instagram and all these things. When I was younger, there wasn't any of that. So I was sitting in a basement and I was like, I'm gonna become a tattoo artist. And I had no idea how to do it. And I could not really jump on the internet and get help on how to do it. So what did I do? Is I went from tattoo shop to tattoo shop in the city of Chicago. For about a year and a half or 2 years, I would go to probably a different tattoo shop every week. And I'd show them my portfolio that I purposefully geared towards a tattoo style, because my paintings weren't in a tattoo style, but I knew that my goal was tattoo artist. So I was like, I'm gonna start designing tattoos in a style that I think would be really cool to share with the world. And I'll be honest with you, I went to a lot of tattoo shops and I got a lot of laughs. People chuckled at me, told me they didn't have a lot of time to talk to me as they ate a breakfast burrito and nobody else was in the studio. And I was like, oh, okay. I was young and I was nervous, but I was determined. And I've always known that I'm only going to get as far as I allow myself to be uncomfortable. And being uncomfortable is part of growing. I went to these shops week after week after week, got some really good advice from some people, and I got some bad advice from some people. And I also learned that the tattoo industry at that time, 24 years ago, it was a little bit of a monster. It's much different now. I think that's greatly, it's greatly improved because of artists that care about people, as such as myself and others out there that are trying to change the, I don't want to call it an industry, but the tattoo world. And eventually I caught a break and I was able to get myself an apprenticeship. Now, that's just tattooing. I had to use my tattooing or my art to get myself into a studio, and then I had to learn to tattoo. So the apprenticeship was going to take time on its own, and I was patient and I was determined. But on top of all of that, and this is what I really want you to hear, I woke up every day knowing that nothing else is going to do. Even if it takes years, nothing was going to fill that artistic void in my soul, that void that told me I don't want to just work anywhere, and I don't want to give up my time for a paycheck or be told what to do all the time. I wanted to make a living off of my art, and that was going to take a lot of work and determination. And if maybe tattooing isn't what you want to do, maybe you want to be a comic book artist, maybe you want to be a mural artist, but nobody is going to knock on your door and hand you a fat check that says, congratulations, you're a muralist and now you're making money every week. You need to practice your craft every day and get better at it, and then share it with the world. You need to network with other people, which is difficult for a lot of the younger artists today, because it is a different world and lots of things are online. And when I was younger, if you wanted to get clients, you had to go out and talk to people face to face at events and different get-togethers and bars and all sorts of stuff. Today it's much easier. Social media has changed a lot. But I still greatly, I encourage you to go out and talk to people and show people your art. If you want to be a tattoo artist, build that portfolio. Find artists online that inspire you and ask them questions. Most people that care about their own craft and that care about people want to share things. Not everybody, but there are other people out there like me who really enjoy sharing information. There are a few people that pop in my head from when I was coming up that I remember their advice to this day, and I will forever be grateful for the time they gave me. And I'm one of those people that like to do that for others. I apprentice artists. I'm a big fan of spreading the education and the knowledge and pushing it on to the next generations. I'm only here for I'm only here for a certain amount of time, and it's important for me to share what I love and what I've learned so that other people can kind of squeeze the joy out of it as well. And that's the ultimate goal that you will find, is that you have to motivate yourself to do what you love every day, knowing that there's a goal in mind, and it's not all going to happen overnight. It just doesn't. We live in a world of instant gratification, and unfortunately, that's just not how it works. It's gonna take effort. You're gonna sit in front of your sketch pad and your easel, and you're gonna have nights where you're chipping away and you're like, this is crap. So you crush it up and you throw it, or you scratch it all out, and then you gotta start again. But you gotta make those mistakes. You have to get through those hard times to build the resilience to keep going, and know that all the real work happens behind the scenes. Any tattoo artist or any artist that you see that you're like, oh, their work is so good, it makes me want to quit. Don't quit. Use that and get better. And it's not gonna happen like that, but every time you do a drawing, do it with intention. Work on certain things at a time. Don't rush it. Get yourself to a place where you truly love what you're creating. Because if you love what you're creating, you share it with others, they'll see that you love it. And that passion shines through, and they'll love it. And then they'll want to share it with people that they care about, because it made them feel a certain way, and people like to share things that they enjoy. That's the whole point of being an artist. Yes, I would create even if I had no one to show the work to, because I love it so much. But when somebody comes up to me and says, hey, that painting you did the other week of the so-and-so really resonated with me and made me feel like this, that's the real value in what we're doing. If you could do that over and over again with people, the success will come. It's a step process, and it all starts with you. And don't talk yourself out of it. There's lots of people out there, and a little secret for you, even the real successful ones have moments of just complete crushing imposter syndrome. We all do. And we've all been in a place where we're not quite sure if what we're doing is worth our time and effort. But I can assure you it is. Keep going, keep pushing forward. Do those drawings every single day. And motivation will come, even if you're not motivated to do it. Start sketching, and you will feel like sketching. That's all I've got for you today. This channel is going to be having a lot more content coming. I'm Albert Smart. I love creating art, and I love helping people. And if you want to get better at painting, drawing, if you want to become a tattoo artist one day, I could help with the motivation, and I could help with artistic techniques. And I'm really excited to help push you forward into the future that you truly want to live. So hit this like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for listening, and have a great day.